Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mission Report, the Nintendo News Show. This is episode number 20. My name is James, and today I have 6 different items to discuss with you. The first one that I want to talk about is Pictonico, a brand new mobile game from Nintendo. I'm not typically a fan of mobile games, but this news just came out today, so I wanted to make sure to go ahead and talk about it here. And Nintendo released a short little trailer kind of talking about the game, and then they published some different stuff on various websites and stuff. But basically, it looks like a photo-based collection of mini games that I think are very reminiscent of WarioWare, and that's kind of the gist of it. So keep WarioWare in mind, and keep that they're all going to be kind of photo based. There were some where you open and close, like you take a photo of someone and then you can like open and close their mouth to make them like eat stuff. It's very strange. It looks very strange to me, but it does look kind of fun in a WarioWare kind of way. It is coming out May 28th, so in just about a week. And right now, you can pre-register for the game on Nintendo's website. I don't know what pre-registering for it does for you. Makes sense. What I do know is that Nintendo is listing this once again, similar to Pokemon Champions that I talked about probably about a month ago or so. Nintendo is listing this as a free to start game. So there will be some demos that you can go in and play some of the mini games for free. But in order to play the what they would consider the full game, you would need to purchase a game volume. What we do know so far is that there's going to be 80 total mini games in the 2 volumes. I don't think that there's going to be overlap between Volume 1 and Volume 2. I would expect that the games from Volume 1 to be completely different than the games that are available in Volume 2. That hasn't been confirmed or denied by Nintendo, but what we do know so far from, I don't remember where exactly, but I think they found it listed on the App Store or something, is that Volume 1 is going to be $7.99, and then Volume 2 is going to be $5.99. So the way that I kind of expect this to play out is that if there are, I don't know, if there are 80 games, I'm going to expect probably like 50 of them to be in, now maybe like 45 of them to be in Volume 1, and the other 35 to probably be in Volume 2, or it's possible that Volume 2 has like fewer games, but it has some of the more like interesting and like more fun games. That kind of stuff isn't really clear yet. But based off of some of the pictures that I saw, it looks like you're going to be able to play different stages for some of the different games. I imagine that some of the games will just be, some of like the mini games will just be like a one and done type thing, but I think there's also going to be some like puzzle games that you will be able to, in one of the screenshots it showed kind of like going through stages and like going on like a path similar to like a like Candy Crush or any of those like stage based mobile games. But we'll have to kind of wait and see a little bit what this game looks like on May 28th. If I'm being honest, I'm probably not going to check out this game, even the free version of it. I don't know if I mentioned Volume 1 is $7.99, Volume 2 is $5.99. I think I did already mention that, but I want to say it again. I like that it is... I like that you can buy it and then own it one time, and then that's it. So for, $14, you can have the entirety of the thing. I like that they're doing that, and it's not a subscription. But this is definitely not really for me. It, as I already said, it does look a lot like WarioWare, which is also like not really for me. One thing that I am curious about is if there's going to be games that like little mini games in there that you will be able to play with other people. Like if I have a few friends over and we all have this Pictonico game, can we all will there be games that we can all kind of play together? Because I think that could boost the popularity a lot, especially if one of the games that is really fun to play with others is a game that you can play in the free demo. But we'll have to kind of wait and see on that stuff. I'm not super interested in this game, but no doubt more information will be coming out in the next week or so. Number 2, the Mario Galaxy movie is now available to stream on some platforms. I don't know when exactly the Mario Galaxy movie came out. I want to say it just came out under a month ago. So this seems really soon for it to be available to stream. However, and I know that it is still available to go see in theaters, but from what I've been seeing, you can rent it on streaming platforms for $25 or buy it for $30. I think both of those are still a little bit steep for me. I think I would rather... Well, $25, I think I can go to see it. I think me and my wife can go and see it in a theater for under $25. But I guess if you have kids, especially younger kids that you don't necessarily want to take to a theater, I think that if you get 3 or 4 people together, or even you and 2 or 3 kids together, I think that renting it for $24.99 and being able to watch it at home might be a really good option for some people. I don't think I'm going to do that. When I first saw this, though, I thought that it was saying that it was already going to be available on Blu-ray. When it comes out on Blu-ray, I will probably buy it and then watch it that way. And then I don't have to worry about losing it or losing access to it or anything like that. Anyway, let's keep moving. Number 3, there are 5 new additions to the Virtual Boy collection on Nintendo Switch Online. They are Jack Brothers, V Tetris, Space Invaders Virtual Collection, Virtual Bowling, and Vertical Force. I've never heard of any of these games. I didn't even bother looking when they came out or anything like that. As I've mentioned in a previous video, I know that you can use the you can use the Virtual Boy app from Nintendo Switch Online without actually having the Virtual Boy headset. I don't think it works very well. But go and check out those games if you're interested. I'm not, so I'm not going to. Number 4, there are some brand new additions to Nintendo Music. Yoshi, the NES game, and Yoshi, the Game Boy game, are both adding tracks to Nintendo Music. The NES version of Yoshi added 11 tracks for a runtime of 15 minutes, and the Game Boy version of Yoshi added 18 tracks for a total of 25 minutes. It's a little weird to me that those are not all just like under one like album on Nintendo or in Nintendo Music. You'd think that they would put them all together. I also think it's strange since the NES and the Game Boy were basically the same hardware. I think it's a little bit strange that the music tracks are even different. But I don't know. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not even different. Anyway, so Yoshi, the Game Boy and NES game, came out in 1991, and it's very different than the Yoshi games that we have today. We're getting a new Yoshi game actually later this week, then in just a couple days, which I'm pretty excited for. So I think it's a little bit cool that they are bringing the kind of these Yoshi, these older Yoshi games to Nintendo Music, like right around the time that Yoshi is coming out. Also, both of those games, the Yoshi, the NES version, and the Game Boy version, I think are available on Nintendo Switch Online if you want to check those out. And they're also very different from what we have as Yoshi games today. They were more of like a puzzle game where, and I'm not going to describe it, but it was more of like a puzzle game, and it looks a little bit fun. I'm probably not going to go and check out those games or this music on Nintendo Switch Online. But I guess that's it for Yoshi. I am looking forward to checking out Yoshi and the Mysterious Book on Thursday. And I guess it is also worth noting that Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, the review scores came out, and it's sitting at about an 81 on Metacritic, which I don't think is bad. I didn't look to see how that compares to other Yoshi games. I know that Yoshi's Island, which I think was the first Yoshi game kind of in that that kind of style, where like a 2D platformer where you can hover, throw eggs, ground pound, all that stuff. I want to say that one reviewed very, very well. But there were also a couple Yoshi games on Switch and Wii U. I know there's Yoshi's New Island, which I think was a 3DS game, and there was Yoshi's Woolly World, which I think has been my favorite of all the Yoshi games so far, and then Yoshi's Crafted World, obviously, on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, check back soon for my thoughts on Yoshi and the Crafted World. I might have a video about that on Friday. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's move on. Number 5, The Legend of Zelda live-action movie has just gotten a new release date. Originally, it was going to release sometime in May. I think it was like May 5th or May 6th. It will now come out April 30th. So it moved 1 week closer. So April 30th, 2027 is the new date. And what I think is interesting was I didn't realize that we were a year away from that movie. So that's cool. I'm still incredibly skeptical about the live action Zelda movie. I don't know if I'm going to go and see it in theaters. But I might. We'll have to wait and see. And finally, that brings us to number 6, which is that Nintendo is discontinuing 15 different Lego sets. I saw this story on Nintendo Wire, and it's not a huge story, which is why I put it here at the very end, but it is kind of worth noting, especially if you had some of those Nintendo sets floating around that you think you want to go and check out. Of the 15 sets that are being discontinued, 13 of them are from the Super Mario Brothers series, which I didn't even realize there were that many Super Mario sets out there. One of them is from the Zelda series. It is the Great Deku Tree that, it's the one set that you can build into the Great Deku Tree from either Ocarina of Time or I think Breath of the Wild, which I think it's really cool that you can build it into either one of those. But yeah, anyway. And then the last one, the 15th one, is an Animal Crossing set. I don't know what it is. I didn't look. Of those 15 sets, the one that's most interesting to me is probably the Great Deku Tree, the Zelda one. I'm probably not gonna get it. It's a $300 Lego set, and that's pretty steep for something that I'll probably just throw in this box right here and just have it kind of in my background. I don't know. Hopefully they are doing, hopefully they're getting rid and discontinuing with these sets, just because they've been available for a while and that everybody who has them has already gotten them, and that they're going to, make some room for some more Lego sets that they have in the works. And I will say, I don't know, I've said in the past that if they do cool Legend of Zelda sets, that they would probably get me with those. I don't know if that's true. Well, it's clearly not true because there's 2 really cool Zelda sets out and I haven't gotten either of them. I think they would get me with Metroid, though. I love Metroid. They could probably also get me with Pikmin, and I think the reason that they could get me with one of those is that there's such a shortage of Metroid stuff and Pikmin stuff that I like to get it whenever I see it. A little more Metroid than Pikmin, but I don't know. Maybe it'll be a live action. It'd be really cool if it was like one of these of like Samus's helmet. I would buy that in a heartbeat. They could release all of the different helmets from all the games, and I would buy all of them. But maybe that'll be what it is. Anyway, guys, that is all that I have for today. In the comment section, please let me know what you think about these things that I've discussed. As always, thanks for watching, and I will see you next mission.